All right, we need to do a review of those two stories.
Oh, yes. Yes. I put that note up there for that reason.
Let's just make it quick.
Okay, so let's start with The Real Thing.
By
Henry James.
Henry James. It kind of sucked.
It's probably the least favorite story that we've read so far.
Yeah, same.
I thought the core area, like the core thing about the story, could have been interesting. Let's do a quick synopsis of the story.
Okay.
If you want to. Go ahead. Start.
It's about he's a sketch artist, right? He's not a painter.
He might be a painter.
Whatever. So he's an artist, and this couple comes in to. That is really loud.
Oh, I'm sorry.
This couple comes
I thought
in.
that was in the game.
No. To sit for the artist, and
he thinks they're there to actually have their portrait painted.
Yes, not be models to like work.
But yeah.
And they're the kind of people where they're still trying to keep up appearances, but it's very clear that they've probably either fallen on hard times or have always been trying to pretend to be wealthier than they are, and it's getting harder to keep up that appearance.
Yeah.
And Gus kind of strikes up a friendship with them, and the story sort of progresses, and they kind of fall on more hard times, and really, truthfully, nothing happens in the story. Nothing.
Tell us what you really feel.
Well, you can finish the synopsis. Oh wait, I did.
Yeah, the problem with the story, like, so the emotional core of like the whole kind of like two people faking their wealth and their relevance and their status, like, I thought was like a good, like,
could have been good.
Yeah, I thought that was like an interesting dynamic, but the styling of the story, and we both talked about this, is like, it's like, for starters, it's very long. It's like a 25.
It's a long short story.
Or so page.
Yeah.
Short story. And it's just the wordiness that's really got me, was like, it's like the dancing around what's going on.
Is it recording? Why does it say 0?
I don't know. I mean, it says we're live there.
Here I come. Got any tips before I start?
We need to
Yeah,
take out the
it's going.
extractors to
Okay.
get prime. Once we got room, we can start laying
Okay,
down some
I'm just making sure.
Also,
Anyway.
we should seek out support from our allies. If we help them,
Oh.
we'll grow stronger, as will our alliance.
Yes. We've
Yeah.
done this before.
It was way too long, and like you said, too wordy.
Mm-hmm.
It just, I don't know. It had all the components to be good, but I just walked away thinking, what was the point? And it's funny because it's considered one of the best short stories ever.
Really?
Yeah.
Like, really?
Yeah.
Like,
I just didn't get it. Like,
yeah.
Probe detected.
And at some point, there's like this kind of heartbreak that... Oh, a probe. A kind of heartbreak that filters into the story, because it's like, at some point, the two somewhat wealthy models that are sitting for the story are replaced by two just kind of servants.
mm-hmm.
And I think what happens is, isn't it like the two kind of wealthy people start like serving as servants, kind of?
The couple starts like basically, yeah, like kind of working for them and not,
you laughed about last time.
yeah.
I turned that into a highlight, by the way. I don't know if you watched it. But, which, again, it's like,
Nice choice. Your weapons tearing them apart.
I know maybe it's our class consciousness, but it was like one of those things where I was like, at first you feel bad because there's something there's always something worse or like kind of more heartbreaking about having something than losing it than there is about never having something.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, remember when we watched Lady Bird, and it's
What
like,
do we want to build?
let's build a refinery. Oh, actually, no. Go back. Let's build a Yeah, refinery. Sorry. When we watched Lady Bird, and it was like the guy was going to, he went and applied for a job that his son was applying for, and it's like,
God, that was so depressing.
and it's just, it's not, it's shouldn't be sad, but it is, you know. It is, you know, kind of sad, and it's really hard to swallow certain things like that, taking a step back in life and having to kind of like go back. And you know, when we were in school in like 2008, 9 or whatever, like I don't know, a lot of people were doing that kind of thing, especially where we went, you know, like a community, not a community college, but you know, a local university that was in a city.
Yeah.
It's like a lot of people, it's like, oh well, I used to be doing this, the factory closed or whatever, now I gotta start over and do something new.
That's what's sad about it in Lady Bird, is the fact that it's like the dad is applying for probably an entry-level job.
Yeah.
What would be an entry-level job?
Uh-huh.
When it's like, ooh.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's got this kind of just, you know, heartbreaking quality to it, where it's like...
Yeah, these people should be, for their age, not that they're old, but they should be in a better station in life, and they're not.
Yeah.
And so yeah, and the artist feels bad for them, and
but at the same time I'm like at the same time it's like at the back of my mind, you know, I feel bad, but at the same time like, or you could, you know, just stop pretending like you're
or
so
you could
wealthy
just get jobs.
and stop thinking you're better than other people. And
I think the part of the reason I don't like it, and it's kind of an unfair feeling, but the story does not hold up well as far as like with modern times. It just isn't relatable like in any way, and I think it's because it's on the cusp of when you start getting into modern literature, you know, so it's like a holdover of older stuff, and I just yeah. Anyway, all right, done talking about that one.